As America pauses to reflect the commemoration of the September 11th attacks, a new terror has risen from within, and those who have stood on the front lines against terrorism remind us to never forget. White House correspondent Jenn Pellegrino has more.
19 years after the acts of terror that forever changed our country on September 11, 2001, America still mourns the heroes who perished. Those of us who are old enough to remember where we were on that day will never forget. Yet we are closing in on an election where campaigning to end terrorism has shifted to an internal divide in America, where media outlets are comparing the number of deaths during a global pandemic to the lives cut short by people who hate America. I asked U.S. Marine veteran and Benghazi hero Mark Geist for his reaction and how can Americans unite now in the way we did nearly 20 years ago.
You know, it's when I saw some of that same correlation, trying to correlate the deaths of, they're claiming 200,000 or whatever it is to 9/11. Well, one is their information is wrong in the first place because those that have died strictly from corona and only corona is a lot less. But more than that is this was an attack on our country by a foreign power, Islamic militants who hate us, and we can't ever forget that because it's a reminder that at any time we can be under threat. We have to be vigilant at all times to be protecting America, both from within and from without. And that's what's so important right now is, people have gotten this thing in their minds, this fear and this hate that has been such a divisive factor right now. And on a day like today, you would think that that wouldn't be there because today is to honor those that died and to honor those first responders, that firefighter, that police officer who, total disregard for their own safety, went in to save lives.
Since 9/11, the landscape has shifted. Once a united front against foreign terror, now the threat of domestic terrorists who seek to destroy America from within.
It is BLM and Antifa who are acting no different than terrorists from abroad, attacking the civil institutions that this country was founded on and has made it such a great nation. And it really bothers me that we have potential leadership. And I hate to use the word leadership for politicians in general, because leaders usually are the person that is not liked by everybody, where a politician is nothing more than a popularity contest. And that's the way they see it. So they say whatever they think is going to get them elected. And we've seen that by Joe Biden so much. And on a day like today, he should be out there condemning that violence and calling out who it is and talking about how we need to come together, but he doesn't do that. He follows into that divisiveness, and it's really sad.
Geist lauds President Trump's law and order stance and his support for those risking their lives daily on the front lines of a new terror in America.
I think that is, one is, if you have an anonymous source, then four of them, if they don't have the guts or the fortitude to stand up and say what they need to say, then it's uncredible. There's no validation to it. It's been debunked by several other people that were there at the time. And I can personally say that any interaction I've ever had with the president, especially prior to the campaign, in any sense, he is nothing but he does nothing but love the military, respect them, and do everything he can to help them. And that's the sign of a true leader.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.